with challenging perspectives and diverse ideas.
Well, hi, welcome back to more of Out of the Blue. I'm Bob Pondillo, a professor of mass communication here at MTSU, and our guest today is Dr. Mohammed Albakry. He is an associate professor of applied linguistics in the English department and is also the current director of graduate studies there in the English department, and is a Fulbright Fellowship winner and is also an outstanding teacher of the year for MTSU back last year. Dr. Albakry, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for hosting me.
What I want to find out about today, though, is something called corpus linguistics. Now, what is that, and how are you involved in that? Because that's the reason you're here today.
Well, that's actually my major interest in linguistics, and basically it's an approach to language that is empirical, that tries to eliminate or at least reduce the researcher's bias. So if you want to study a certain linguistic issue, you collect a large number of texts that are supposed to be representative of the issue that you are going to use. This way, you are not subjectively biased, and you also have a large number of texts that will give you more robust results.
Terrific. Give me an example so I could understand this better.
For example, right now I'm working with one of my graduate students on the historical newspaper Connecticut Current. It's one of the oldest continuously published newspapers in the U.S. And it's published since American Revolution, the time of the American Revolution, until now, under different names. And it's published in New England, Connecticut. And we have collected a large number of texts. And we would like to know how this newspaper represented the issue of slavery or African Americans. So we have this notion that the issue of slavery is polarized. There's a dichotomy between the anti-slavery North and the pro-slavery South. We're talking about history, but that's not the case. Slavery existed in New England, and there was an entrenched racist ideology in New England up until the time of the Civil War. And the discourse, the large number of texts we have collected are a very clear evidence of that.
Wow, and this is called corpus linguistics.
Corpus linguistics.
And corpus means like the core of the body of stuff that you're
Exactly.
You're
in this case, a body of text, not a dead body of someone.
No.
Yes.
I wasn't going to go there, but I understand. I also read here that you were going to do a summer program in Egypt this summer.
I was going to.
You were going to
not
because
anymore.
of what happened with Mubarak and what
Yes.
have you. And because you're from Egypt.
Yes.
And so what are we going to do now? What's the plan? I guess you're not going. Not a good idea to go right now anyway.
Hopefully next year. I see things moving in Egypt are moving in a more or less positive direction. And I expect and hope that things will be settled by the end of this year. We'll have a new government, new elected, democratically elected government, and so on.
When you lived in Egypt under Mubarak, I would think he was there forever, it seemed like. What was it like at that time, prior to you coming here and living under that regime?
Well, it was not, I mean, Egypt had all the facade of democracy. There was elections and voting and nominally different parties. So for an outsider, it looked fine. But in essence, it was only one party dominating everything. It's a presidential system, but the president has vast executive powers. Elections and voting was sometimes rigged in favor of the ruling party. So these were the political conditions that were prevalent at the time.
It sounds fascinating what you're up to, and I'm sure there has to be, based on the fact that you won the Outstanding Teacher of the Year last year, students clearly enjoy working with you and your work as well.
I enjoy teaching very much too.
It is a fascinating area too, corpus linguistics. And we thank you very much for explaining a little bit about it. And we'd like you to come back again. Maybe we can talk some more about some other specific area. That'd be great. Thank you very much. Dr. Mohammed Albakry, Associate Professor of Applied Linguistics here at MTSU in the Department of English. And we'll be back with more of Out of the Blue in just a moment.